Welcome back, everybody, to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. As you can see, our next Iridium tool is ready. Spirits are very happy today. And I do believe that will probably be the ultimate goal that I'm kind of shooting for here in the coming days, is primarily to work on getting enough money for the next Iridium object. But first, Delta, this recipe of mine won first place in a cooking competition. I hope you like it. Thanks for being a friend. Jody, new cooking recipe, ice cream. I don't know if you really cook ice cream, per se. Hey kid, there's this recipe. Here's the recipe for a little treat my pappy used to make. Cook it slow. Pam, new recipe, stuffing. I'm not big on stuffing myself, but whatever. I am in terms of stuffing myself with eating a lot of food. Just don't like the food stuffing. Dear Delta, here's a recipe from my saloon. I only share this with my good friends. From Gus, new cooking recipe, cranberry sauce. Well, I know a couple of recipes. I thought I'd send you one, maybe to help you mine some more ore or something. Take care, Clint. New cooking recipe, algae soup. Gross. I like to share an old cooking recipe my pappy used to make me. It's important the fish is fresh. Willy. New recipe, fish stew. Wanted to say thanks for taking an interest in my work. Here's a cooking recipe I like. Demetrius. Autumn's Bounty. Delta, I'm not sure how to use the human. I'm not sure how the human message system works. So I asked the wizard to help me write this letter. I hope you're doing okay. I wanted to share this with you. It's notes on how my people build a certain item. Dark sign. As in, like, a sign you put down and put some text on. Delta, remember to eat healthy or you won't have enough energy to work hard. I'm including one of my favorite recipes. Be sure to use ripe tomatoes. Pierce General Store is now open 7 days a week. Yes, for completing the community center, the reason we were getting all those messages was from the friendship points. But because Pierre's store is now open 7 days a week, this of course means that if it is Wednesday, you're not screwed and have to go to Joja or can't go at all to buy seeds. Because the Joja Center is now closed, this is how you get your additional seeds. Delta, I've unlocked the back room of the shop. Come by when you have a chance. There's something I want to show you. Willy. Yeah, there is a thing over there, too. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if I want to go there right away, simply because, I mean, it's the end of Season 1 and the start of Season 2, you know? You finish one thing and now there's a new mystery to solve for you. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But for now, we'll just kind of do more of the same. Hi, Callie. Right, that's it. The greenhouse will not be done. We need to go pick up our axe, so we cannot chop down the trees right now. So, what to do today? The spirits are happy. We don't really need to do combat anymore, because last episode we maxed out all of our stats here, so we can kind of get this mastery however we want. Social, things are looking good. We could, of course, bring some stuff by. Demetrius, Sebastian, and Maru still need gifts for the day, but Linus and Robin no longer do. We also do need to grab these. What the heck, let's just go ahead and do that. We'll grab those three for now. Clint, I think you can kind of just give him... That should probably be fine, honestly. So yeah, we might do some gifting. We might poke around and see what else there is to see for the time being. We do have another event coming up soon, as there are basically 4 events that go on during this month. We did the first one with the ice fishing last episode, but there's one that's not too terribly far away. In fact, I believe we will be seeing it next video. So yeah, it's something to look forward to. So for now, we can kind of poke around, maybe work on a little bit of money gathering, as it were, but we'll see. With the community center done, there's a big new world out there, and quite a lot to do, potentially. Robin is not here, but Demetrius is. guess Mario and Sebastian are probably still in the room. Nope, Mario's not. She's already up and out. Not sure where, though, but she might be at the doctor's office. Sebastian is a late sleeper, much like myself. Right, I can't gift you anything because it's your birthday tomorrow. It's hard to think of new things to talk about sometimes, even after you know someone. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't give you a gift. I gotta wait till tomorrow, till it's your birthday. So that'll give us quite a bit of points with him, because I don't think he's... Yeah, he's at 4. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. That was kind of just to poke around. Well, if Maru is at Harvey's, and Harvey is also actually there for once, we can gift each of them a thing. I could have gone and talked to Alex, but it's alright. We'll come back and get him at a later date. I can attempt to do that, but yeah, he'll be tomorrow, and Harvey will be at the end of the week. Have we given Harvey a gift? Well, we'll find that out in the next moment. Delta, I was just about to write you a letter. Yeah, what for? You see, my records indicate that you're due for your annual checkup. Great. Now, there's no need to worry, but quick and painless. Just follow me. I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to the doctor's office. Not because I have a fear of doctors. Remember, I trained medical students. If there's anybody you should be worried about, it's the ones that aren't trained. I just don't like to pay an exorbitant amount of money. Okay, hold still, please. Say, ah. No. Okay, you can stop. Just need to check your vitals. Your pulse is high. So you can get, like, pretty much either of these first two. Either I'm a little nervous or I'm out of breath from working on the farm. Are you really a doctor is kind of rude. But yeah, some people do get what's called, I think it's like white lab coat syndrome is the actual term for it. If you just get nervous in the doctor's office and that makes your pulse go high, and then from working on the farm, obviously, yes, heavy manual labor is, of course, going to make your pulse high. I'm just going to go with I'm a little nervous, though. Muscles make you nervous. Trying to relax. I'm here to help. Well, then you seem very healthy. Just make sure not to overwork yourself on the farm. Yep, because that's clearly all you need for a regular checkup, is just to check your pulse and use the tongue dispenser to make sure that there's no, like, strep throat or any sort of thing. You have an appointment? No, but I was seen anyway. Luckily, healthcare here is free, it would seem. Yeah, I think I forgot to check and see if... because I might have already given him... Yeah, 2 gifts. So if I remember, we'll find out if you can give somebody a gift on their birthday if you've already given them 2 in the week. Because I actually don't know. I know it used to not be the case, but it might have changed, potentially. So maybe now you can? I truthfully don't know. I've never felt such an overwhelming pride in our community. You've done Pelican Town a great service, Delta. Well, thank you. Alright, ooh, that's not going to be easy. For some, so we could do aquatic overpopulation or Pierre's prime produce. I don't know if we can do aquatic, because I think we already have. I'm going to check, and we'll be right back. Alright, I am back. We have done aquatic overpopulation. This is our first repeat, so we have to do Pierre's prime produce in this case. So high-quality vegetables, so we need to find 25 gold star vegetables. This is admittedly a lot harder, specifically because we're doing this in the winter. If we were doing this in the spring, this would be easy. I would just say go grab some parsnips and we're done. Instead, we're going to have to figure out another way to do it. But first, we've got back our iridium axe. And secondly, let's get these processed. Those might actually come in handy. So we do have a workaround around this. I'll check Pierre's to see if he's selling anything. Unfortunately, he's probably not. But we do have a workaround for this, and it's one of the reasons that I always keep some extra vegetables on hand of, you know, any type, because you never know when the game will give you something like this, where you might just hit a specific situation of, oh, I want to do that, but I kind of can't. Well, now we're going to have a workaround for it. I don't believe any of these are new objects, but I'm going to double check. Oh, that one is. Petrified slime. Okay, well, everything else you can have back. The drum I'll have to sell at my house. But we're getting closer, because I believe we're only going to have one more of the objects that are minerals, correct? Yep, we're down to just this one here. There are still other things because of the artifacts, because again, I'm not good at collecting these. I need to be better about it, but the first step is admitting you have a problem. And there are some good objects in the crab pots today. That's good. We do have a couple of crayfish or crawfish, depending on how you pronounce it. I pronounce it crawfish, but whenever I see it, I think crayfish because it's spelt with a Y, not a W. Next, we're going to check out Willy's. I actually came here for the crab pots, but you know what? This will work too. It's a good thing you turned up, lad. I've got a bit of a problem I could use a hand with. What's up? Probably be best if I just showed you. Take a deep breath now. I think this is a Willy event, not the stop by the house. Ooh, crabs. As you can see and smell, the old girls ran wild last night. My experiment needs a little work. I'm not gonna ask for more details about that. I'm just gonna, yeah. Back at it again, huh, Willy? Aye. They look fresh, alright. Aye, these are the fightest and meatiest crabs you'll ever set your eyes on. They'd be a little too feisty, though. Gus, you got a plan, my dude? I'll take the whole lot, with a discount for the extra labor, of course. And I guess I'm just gonna give you a hand, too, because, sure. Looks like we got them all. Goodbye, me sweet ladies. Delta, don't tell Willy, but I'll be doing a special on crab cakes at the saloon for the next few days. He's not just saying that either. He actually will. If you go to the saloon, you will see that they are there, and I believe you can get them for decently cheap? Question mark? Regardless, the old man was a fisherman, you know. I grew up sailing between Fern Islands, living from catch to catch. Fishing life is tough, but there's something about it that keeps you going. Willy wanted us to, well, it's not shown here, but he wanted us to look in the back room back here. And as you can see, there's a very old, very worn down ship. It has definitely seen better days. Aye, sad sight, isn't she? She was me father's boat, served him well for over 50 years, but now she can barely stay afloat. I'd repair myself, but I don't have the right materials, lad. 200 pieces of hardwood to patch the hull would be a good start, but we'll also need to get the ticket machine back up and the iridium anchor repaired. If I could get my hands on the right materials and repair the old girl, well, then I could take you to the Fern Islands. Volcanic islands full of strange parrots, they say. I'd like to help. Aye, I thought you would, lad. I'll leave this door unlocked for you. You can come drop off the materials whenever you like. Cool, thanks. So yes, we need 5 battery packs, 200 pieces of hardwood, and 5 iridium bars in order to get the boat working again. Now granted, we have all 3 of those things right now. We could actually repair the boat today, but there's some other stuff we've got to do. Because I do want to get that produce going as soon as I possibly can. Looking forward to seeing what your farm looks like in spring. It's probably going to look radically different than it does now. I'm probably going to try and fill up basically the whole thing other than a small section for the bigger grass. I'm going to go crazy with the sprinklers, essentially. Alright. Well, I was going to check Pierre's, but I guess I'm here first. Why am I standing here specifically? I assume I was like looking for Pierre or Caroline. Found Pierre's secret stash. Hey, who's in the bedroom? Hey, what's going on? I was looking for you. What? How did you find that? Quick, give it to me. Promise me you won't tell anyone about this. I'm actually not gonna look it up. I'm gonna go with my my guess, which is your secret is safe with me. I suppose your wife deserves to know about this. Thanks, I appreciate this. Or appreciate that. Just forget you ever saw this, okay? And I'll forget you were snooping around in my bedroom. I have to find a new hiding spot. Look, sometimes you just need some relief and you're, yep, fresh crab, alright. Sometimes you just need some relief and your spouse isn't feeling up to it, which is entirely fair on both sides. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got anything. It's a dream to come true. You can't imagine again the stress Jojo Mart was causing to me. For a small town like this, one store's enough. There's too much social pressure for me to overcharge anyway. Yeah, thankfully, I do not believe he overcharges you for produce now that he's the only real store in town that sells it. Take another one of those. Another maple syrup. And let's go ahead and sort out our inventory situation here. I think I'll actually just meet you guys in a second once this is all cleared out. Okay, we are back. This is what my inventory is looking like now. I went ahead and planted the powder melons. I kept a couple of the things I caught, like the crawfish, but the rest of it all got sold. So, here's the plan. The seed maker. This is going to be what basically makes sure we get this all done and taken care of. I do need to put another iridium sprinkler out, I think. Maybe a couple, so I'm just going to take all of these materials and we'll see how much we need. I will also need the watering can for the first night of this. Okay, cool. That didn't actually take that long. And I'm going to move the seed maker over to the garden for the time being because I'm going to be needing more than just those 3 seeds I put in there. Let's see. Where are you? So that is how much space an iridium sprinkler on its own can do. Let me go ahead and get the seed maker going here, because otherwise we'll have to wait, and I don't want to wait too long for these. So, with what we've got thus far, we needed, how many did it say we needed? Oh, we need gold quality too. Okay, let me go and grab some fertilizer as well. You're probably going to want to plant more than 25. I'm going to say probably like 35 to 40, even with your quality fertilizer or your high quality fertilizer. What's the best I can do here? It's, yeah, just quality fertilizer, I think. Because just because you've put fertilizer on it does not guarantee it's going to be a high quality item. It will help, but it's not a guarantee. There's a rarer one, so maybe don't waste that one. We'll go with 30 total and see if that's enough. And fingers crossed it will be. There's also a chance that we can just get higher crops. But the good news is, because we're going with the parsnips, it's only going to take 4 days. So we can do multiple harvests of this. So one more time. Well, I should start with this. Yep, so we get 23 squares out of this because it would be 25, but the actual sprinkler takes 1, and then the rare seed also takes 1. So that's 23. Let's go ahead and make another sprinkler here. And it will go 1, 2, 3, 4 here. First time I did that, I thought for a split second, I was like, why didn't that go to the final stage? Because it's not an iridium quality one yet, that's why. Okay, just keep putting those in there. So that's a 4x5 grid, so that's 20, plus whatever we get in here. Just 21. Yeah, the thing is, as you probably already noticed, you can't just, like, have the gold quality vegetables already. You do actually have to plant them and grow them. Which is a bit unfortunate, but there's not really that much that can be done about that. Okay, we're good with all of that. And the thing is, I don't really want to turn more of this stuff into seeds. Like, I could do it with the potatoes, I could do the cauliflower, but they would take more time. The parsnips won't take more time. So, depending on if we get any non-gold star parsnips, I will probably throw those directly back into the seed maker, and from there, we'll simply... I might be able to do it with the carrots, too. Because these are pretty quick. We'll see if it'll let us do it with the carrots. Because these only take 4 days. The cauliflower take like 13. So you could do 3 different sets of... Okay, well, you could do 3 different sets of parsnips before you could get 1 set of the cauliflower. So for that reason, I'm going to say if we get any parsnips that are lower quality, we throw them back into the seed maker. And we'll go from there. I'm going to check that one more time. Yeah, 25. So we do have the 25 with this last set of seeds. So if we don't get it, we just add more, basically, until we get the amount we need. And despite what Demetrius had said in an earlier episode about, like, oh, but tomatoes are a fruit, in the game, it's going to count it as a vegetable. In fact, you can actually look right here. See? Vegetable. It will count as a vegetable. Now, you can actually, and what I might do here, is you can also grow these from any season. It doesn't have to be spring. It can be whatever season. So if he asks for it in the summer ones will be easier, but you don't have to do the summer ones. For this one, it's going to be the bok choys, I believe, are the quick ones. And we could do that as well. Oh, I actually have a bunch of fertilizer in here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and finish this out, and then there's no need to stall any further. Let's just go ahead and get everything planted on this side. Oh, red. These I have to actually put in the seed maker. There we go. I know it seems like we have bigger things to attend to, but this one is timed. The other ones aren't timed. I mean, the red snapper's timed, but that one's not a big deal. We could also do the dark talisman once we're done here. This is a bit of a weird and wonky day as a result of all the things going on. But this is one of the... I wouldn't say it's the hardest one to do, but it's one of the harder ones. Like, the one with the crystals, we basically like, okay, now you just go and give these to Emily because we've already collected all of these. And there's a good chance you will have already collected all those by the time that the bulletin board even gets placed up. The only real difficulty you might run into is if you've just been selling them all. But if you've kept one of each, then yeah, you're pretty much good. This one, you have to do it from the ground up. And there's a later quest that's Well, I mean, technically everything's optional in the game, but there's another quest later on that's kind of similar to this, that's a harder version of this, for something completely different that we haven't even seen yet, that can be a little bit troublesome. And thankfully, I do believe that one can be done in the winter, because if not, it'd be extremely difficult, if not outright impossible to do. But yeah, I'm just going to keep putting in seeds until I either A, run out of bok choy to put in there, or B, the more likely option is just we fill out the rest of this space. As you can see, the seed maker is typically going to give you anywhere between 1 to 3 seeds, and I think that's always the case. I think quality affects it, but it's not a guarantee either. As you've seen, I've been getting 1s, 2s, and 3s from this set of bok choy, so it's been semi-random in what it's given me, so I don't quote that for sure. But yes, this would be a big part of the reason as to why you would keep some of your produce every single year, is in case something like this comes up, where you need to plant something, whether it's outside of season, or you've got a task like this, and all of a sudden you can't do it. So thankfully, all of my complaining about it has, in fact, paid off. We'll just toss these in here for now. Put those away. And we'll quickly go see if we can do a part of that quest for the Dark Talisman. Since we don't really have time to do anything else, we probably do have time for this. We'll have to be a little fast, but it's certainly still possible. Ancient Doll, again. We have donated that, and we've also gotten the crystal item already. What do you want from me? Money? I'd give you a pot of gold to leave me alone. Well, geez, screw you too. Hello. A shadow person above ground? This is outrageous. Your people were responsible for the death of my entire family. If you dwarves hadn't driven us from our ancestral home, we never would have had to resort to violence. I'm sorry about your family. Sorry isn't going to cut it. Slowest walking animation ever. Hey, break it up, you two. Let me at him. He's despicable. Come and get it, Shrimpy. Now he's going to say the same thing. Oh, no, he's going to set them on fire. That works, too. Silence, both of you. The elements of wars have long been finished. There's no reason for you to be fighting any longer. Two of you must make peace for the sake of humans that live around you. Surely you can see that. Very well. Stay away from the sewer from now on. I didn't realize you were coming here. I'm truly sorry about the past, Dwarf. I have no personal gripe with you. Very good. I shall cast a seal of promise to finalize the agreement. Hello. What's that? You're looking for a Dark Talisman. Now that you mention it, I did have one in my possession not too long ago. Unfortunately, I dropped it while exploring that tunnel in the far corner. Things started heating up there, so I left in a hurry and sealed up the entrance. You seem pretty sturdy, though, so I'll crack it back up. I'll open it back up for you. Just be careful, okay? Cool, thanks. So yeah, if you tried to go here before, this would be blocked and you would have no way of getting through. I'm gonna try to be quick about this. There are little bugs and enemies and things in here, but I'm not too terribly interested in them right now because we are on a bit of a time crunch. We're just going to quickly grab the Dark Talisman. Found the Dark Talisman. It's covered in bug slime. That is disgusting. Yes, and the bees. Yes, the bees are back. Which you all know and love, I'm sure, from the early floors in the dungeons. Bye! Ooh, that coffee duration's gonna run out. I am gonna be in big trouble then. Yeah, with the coffee, I probably could have made it in time, but I'm going to be lucky to get to the house now. I think I'll probably end up passing out on the farm, will be my guess. Oh, I went too far to the left. Yep. Heck. Oh well. I still got the Dark Talisman, and I guess that was the important thing. I couldn't have taken it to the wizard. He would have locked his door by this point anyway. So that has been updated, so now we can check the quest there, as it were. Not sure what jelly I'm going to put in there next. We've already done the omelet. Spirits are mad. I'd be mad too if I stupidly passed out like I did just then. Delta, it seems like you're starting to get close with some of the townspeople. If you want to show someone that you're romantically interested, you can give them one of my beautiful flower bouquets. I'm selling them now for a very fair price. If you want to start a family someday, this is the first step, Pierre. Yes, you will get this note whenever, at some point, it's probably Maru, whenever you get full hearts with somebody that's single, you'll see that in the mail. You've already seen it in the store before. You might have seen it, I think yesterday in-game was when I showed it. But yes, if you do want to start dating somebody once you have full hearts with them, you can give them that. I'm going to hang on to that ancient doll just on the off chance I need it for something. I don't think I do now, but you never know. Quickly drop off all this extra stuff. Alright. Delta, you're lucky I found you? Yeah, sorry, Linus. Didn't mean to do that to you. Oh, it's actually not giving us the updated part of that quest, but yes, we do need to take that Dark Talisman. Maybe we don't have to take it to the wizard. Maybe we just need to take it there to open the door. Oh, didn't even see that egg. We'll toss that in there for now. That could probably be a sell item. Let's see, there won't be anything in there. You can take a quick look in the garden, I guess, but yes, this is all growing. It's all fertilized. So we're good on that front. I do think I want to get that quest done for the wizard first and foremost today. Again, I don't know if we need to take the Dark Talisman to him or not. I'm going to assume no. But this might be a good opportunity to take him a gift since I'm going to double check anyway and go over there. Also, you'll notice that the axe is very quickly chopping things down now. Only 3 chops to get rid of a stump. It used to be like 10, I think. 10 or 8. It was quite a bit either way. And that was only when it actually worked, which was silver, maybe copper. Or sorry, steel, not silver. Also, today is the 10th, so I do want to get to Sebastian to give him a birthday gift. So I'll take this with me. We'll head on down to the wizard. From there, actually. That'd be a really good opportunity for that warp totem. I've gotten all the crab pot stuff, so at this point I'm just gonna freaking leave the crab pots there. I do not care about them enough to bother continuing to fill them. I just wanted that category done in the fishing section. It's done in the fishing section, so I'm not going to bother with them anymore. I might at some point in the future, but for right now, I'm not going to. If we do have some time, though, you might have noticed in that area that we were in a second ago that it was possible to fish there, and I do believe there is a new fish, maybe 2 new fish, that we can get there. So if we've got the time, I will certainly make sure to make that a priority. We're not going to be able to get all the fish because of things like the Dorado and some of the legendary fish, but I do want to try to get a good chunk of them. Yeah, so we do just need to take the Dark Talisman there. So, for that reason, let's quickly do a little warp over. But I do want to see Sebastian before I get distracted and forget that it's his birthday today. But now we've got Maru's potentially last event. If I decide to romance her, there could be more, but we'll see. Delta, hi, come in. You'll notice I've been intentionally coy with the whole, like, who am I going to romance thing. I asked a little bit about it and got some answers. Most people just DM'd me that actually have, like, my proper info. I'm gonna flip the switch. And I'm gonna get electrocuted. No. It's only electrocution if it kills you. It's just a bad shock here. Well, don't touch me. You might also get shocked. Better have burn heal. But yeah, I've kind of been, like, getting full hearts with everybody so that it's up in the air. Like, sure, I got Maru first, but that doesn't mean I'm going to romance Maru. It doesn't mean I'm not going to romance Maru. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It doesn't even hurt. Or you better be this hurts like crazy. No, just be nice. Well, that's the thing about getting shocked like that. It usually just, like, you feel a lot of energy running through you and you feel, like, kind of jittery, but you usually don't feel like a burn unless it's really bad, so... It probably wasn't that bad based on how long she got shocked for, or he got shocked for. Should have spent more time on that piece before showing you. It happens. All good. Hey, Sebastian, I know you're not really awake yet, but happy birthday. Oh, really? I wasn't expecting this. It looks great, though. Thank you. Hey, don't let me stop you from getting your work done. If you're too busy, I don't mind if you stick around. Unfortunately, I am kind of busy. But I'm glad I could give you something. Look at that. We went from 4 hearts to almost 8, so he is almost to the point of where you could romance him as well. I talked about it ages ago, but it does not matter what gender your player character is, you can romance anybody. So if you want to play male and romance a male, or if you want to play female and romance female, you can do that. For now, though, thanks to the Dark Talisman, that weird-looking thing is now gone. And we're in a new area. Once again, you'll notice this is an area that you can fish in. Kuya, human, you want to pass? I'm sorry, this is private property. There's a goblin blocking the path to the witch's hut. There must be some way I can get him to move. Perhaps I should seek out more information on goblins. Perhaps we shall. I guess we can't finish that for the time being. In fact, I don't think we actually have the item right now to be able to do that. If it's what I think it is, we might be able to buy it, but we cannot create it currently. But I do believe we can still fish in both areas, so I'm going to do a quick bit of research and check on those 3 things. So I will be right back. Since there was already a cut in this section, now seemed like a good time to talk about Sebastian's birthday. I typically give him frozen tears, as I have quite a bit of them from farming the dust spirits, but what else can you give him? For Sebastian's love list, either a frozen tear or sashimi is probably going to be the easiest objects for you to get. If you do have 7 Hearts with Robin, she's given you the recipe for pumpkin soup, and that's pretty easy to make, so it's an option as well. And it also shows that Sebastian does like his mom's cooking. The other options here are a bit more difficult, but they're not impossible by this point in the game. Sebastian's like list is almost more difficult, which is pretty sure that's the first time I've said that. Quartz is an easy pick, and Flounder is only really available in the spring and summer, so you're probably going to go with Quartz. Obviously, don't give any villager books, use them to level up your own mastery level. It is pretty humorous that Sebastian likes Flounder, given it's a reference to Little Mermaid. Overall, he'd be hard to gift if he was an early birthday in year 1, aside from the Flounder and the Quartz, but by now you've got something to give him off of his love list. Alright, I am back. I am correct in the fact we can't really do anything about the goblin right now, but the fishing one, yes, we can get both of those fish, and they are available all day long. So I do think we will go ahead and do that. I think one of the other things I might do is quickly grab a handful of these, and since we're kind of waiting on the upgrades for the bigger stuff, I might go ahead and upgrade the trash can down here. Kind of just a thing of, if you want to go for it, I don't think it counts towards completion 100%. Could be wrong about that section, I really don't know. But, you know, we're kind of not doing anything too terribly big today in particular, so I'm okay with doing that. So we'll quickly run down there, and I guess that will give Clint a bit of a thing to do for the next couple days. Because what I definitely don't want to do is be like, oh, I need to get this thing upgraded, but I can't because, you know, busy. And the trash can does not cost as much because it's like 2,000 to upgrade your first time on copper tools. But it's like the game itself knows the trash can is just not as valuable as those other bits and bobs. And there's not really a good spot. I guess the mines is probably our best. And I do still need to upgrade the pan as well. I haven't forgotten about that. It's currently sitting at steel. It still needs to be upgraded too. My big focus is on like primary tools though. So at this point, what's left is the pickaxe and the watering can. If I can get the pan done as well and the trash can done as well, then great. If not, it's not that big a deal, honestly. Alright. Now, if what I looked up is also right, when the goblin is guarding this area, there is a 5% chance you can also fish up the item that he wants in order to get him to go away. I'm not actually aiming for that. I am aiming for the fish. So if I get the fish, I'll probably just leave at that point, and it looks like we are getting the fish. I might grab a second one just to say that I did. But here's our fish, the void salmon. Energy. A salmon twisted by void energy. The fresh meat is jet black, but it rapidly turns pink when exposed to air. Yeah, I think I will go ahead and grab a second one of these. They're a little feisty, but they're not super hard to find, despite what the game might have you believe here. But yes, they are available in this section. You can fish anywhere. You can fish any time of day to get it. And it's looking like potentially it might be the only fish you can get here. So I don't think there's another one, since it's giving us nothing but algae and trash otherwise. I'm going to assume it's probably just these. So yeah, I'll grab a second one, and then I will be on to the next area we need to go get the other fish for. I guess if we really have nothing else to do, we could just keep fishing there, theoretically, until we get the item. The item will come naturally eventually, but unfortunately it is one of those end-of-day random chance things. I don't know if interacting with that goblin increases the chance. I don't think it does. You could have gotten it extremely early and not even realized it, but I have not gotten that event to pop up. There's not been a lot of, like, nighttime events as of late, it seems. Not any that are, like, the pure random one. The fixed ones, sure, but looking for refined quartz, sandy. We could probably do that real quick. That's timed and the other thing's not, and so I would rather do what's timed first. Because I did say this before, I wish, and I know there's mods to make it happen. If Sandy was romanceable, I would go after Sandy. Easily would be my choice. But sadly, you cannot, so. I'll keep one, sell one. That goes here. Did she say quartz or refined quartz? Refined quartz. There's the goblin problem. It's goblin blocking the way. Perhaps I should seek out more information on goblins. Yeah, I already know what we need for that, so that part I'm not worried about. So we'll bring her the item she wants, and then also one of these as well. And away we go. I'm kind of debating what to do after this video and for the next one, but we will have another event coming up. That's the thing is, like, even though you're like, oh, the winter's gonna be boring because I'm not gonna be able to do all the farming, like, every time you turn around, there's something else going on. I'm gonna quickly poke around here. I'm not gonna take too long because I don't know when her shop closes either. It's gonna look less like a desert, more like a forest by the time's end. Oh, you saw the ad I posted? Thanks so much. Let's see, here's what I owe you. You see my friend Emily in town? Could you tell her I said hi? Thanks. Sure thing. Also, here you go. How are we doing with social with her? Yeah, we're doing alright. 5 hearts out of 10. We'll quickly check this bottom right corner, and then from there we can head out. I did that more for the friendship hearts than the money, but, you know, we'll take the money too, I guess. I could have gone into the dungeon in there, but I would rather take care of that fishing thing just so it's out of my mind. Because otherwise I'm going to be like, where is that last thing? Now I have to go look it up. And I'd rather not have to look it up twice since I already looked it up once. We don't really need to drop this off, but we can get a new round of things started here, so we might as well. Let's see, we need more iron at this point. I'm going to stick with 10 coconuts, and I'm going to sell the rest, actually. We'll see how those do for income. Yeah, I think so. Alright. Off to that area in the sewers. I'm only taking this pathway because I think we've been here less today, so there's a chance we'll spot something we did not spot before. Every little bit helps when you're walking around. Again, like with all months, once we get towards the back half of the month, I'm sure there will be a lot less going on. At that point, I would probably be focusing more of looking for the notes, like the secret notes. It's kind of surprised we haven't seen too many of them lately. But also, I've been more so walking around and doing quests more than I have, like, chopping down trees, defeating enemies, etc. Oh yeah, you're gonna turn into a bee. Alright, well, let's get this over with. There we go. Just to make sure that they don't come after me while I'm fishing. I didn't think they would, but you never know. So again, like with the previous one, you can cast anywhere in here. It doesn't matter where, specifically what tile. Again, I do believe, yeah, you're going to be primarily getting algae, and the fish we're looking for is going to be the only fish in here, and any time of day will work. You don't have to come in here at a specific time. This was why I wanted to kill the bee, though, because these can obviously be very annoying, and you will be taking damage, as you can see, provided he can actually hit his target, even while you are scooping up the fish. A slime jack. Alright, get over here, you. Oh, good. Well, at least you dropped a secret note. And you get this weird-looking little eye thing and a bunch of arrows that don't really seem to have too big of a importance. Maybe we'll do a little bit of investigating on that after we grab another slime jack, because I do want to get a second one of these. He's coated in a very thick layer of slime. He keeps slipping out of your hands. Again, gross. Well, we might get more of the row since we just got a treasure chest there. Nope, just an elvish jewelry. That's alright, though. We'll take that. I do believe I have time for that side quest, so maybe we do a quick little look around. What secret note number was that, just so I can quickly get the solution for it? Number 20. Alright, I will be right back so I check on the solution, because it'll be easier to explain if I actually know what I'm doing. Alright, we are back. Sadly, that is not what I can do right now. I could tell you what the solution is, but we would require a rabbit's foot, and the only one I've picked up we have already used to donate to the community center, which was a valuable cause, but it also means that we'll need a second one, so we'll have to wait a little while before we do that. It did also mention on the wiki that you do not need the solution. You don't need the secret note, rather, to be able to pick that up. If you know what the solution is, you could just go there and have the rabbit's foot, and you would get the item for doing all that. So, if you want, you absolutely can. I might quickly run down and grab that panning spot right there just to see what we can get out of it. I don't know where I put that. Ah, there it is. It might be gone by the time I get there, but it's worth a shot. I'm curious. I know this can actually be a pretty useful item, especially when it's upgraded all the way nowadays. It used to be kind of pointless. Amethyst, coal, and copper ore. You know, for steel, that's not bad, because normally you would just, with the regular one, you would just get, like, maybe a few pieces of copper, and that would be basically it. So to have one of the gemstones is pretty good. We'll take that. Just gonna put that back up, so I don't know what it's doing there. That can be sold. These can be sold. One of these can be sold. Don't need that. We'll hang on to the row, I suppose. He's going to be closed by the time I get there, so that glaive is just going to have to stick with me for the time being. So we'll set it down there, and we'll sell it when next we get a chance. So now this is what our fish setup is looking like. So we've got the slimejack and void salmon down here. So this row is looking a little bit better, and again, some of these will be getting pretty soon. These three will be an event pretty soon, and then these three are where that boat will take us once we get that fully taken care of. We still do need to get one of those, though, so maybe I go down to the ocean and fish for a bit, because that is an ocean one, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And yes, it is, so I think we'll go ahead and do that. We probably won't get to hang around there too long, but I do want to move the crab pots down there because I don't believe, and I should have checked while I was looking, none of these other things are crab pots. That's the Dorado, legendary, that's summer, can't do these yet, can't do that yet, and I don't have a clue what that thing is because I didn't bother to check. So the only one we can do at this exact moment right now is getting this last crab pot. But first we have an event. Marnie, we can't. If word got out, it can undermine my position of authority in town. This is like the dumbest plotline in this game, by the way. You understand, don't you? You care too much about your job, Lewis. There are other things to life, you know? But yes, I understand. I guess we'll have to keep us a secret. I don't know why I walked out like that, but whatever. Gah! Delta, you overheard everything, didn't you? Yes, but I'll keep it a secret, and yes, and I'm going to tell everyone. I believe this is a Lewis event, so yes, I'll keep it a secret is the correct option here. Thank you, Delta. I won't forget this. Why are you hiding there anyway? That's a phenomenal question that will never be answered. Yeah, that whole subplot of, like, Lewis and Marnie like each other. Like, they want a date, and Lewis believes they can't because he's the mayor. Lewis is a consenting single adult. Marnie is also a consenting single adult. They're about the same age. So, why anyone would have a problem with this, I don't really know. Like, I'm referring to everyone in Stardew. I get Lewis is not the best character for some stuff you'll see later on, but, like, in terms of why shouldn't they date, there's really no actual reason. Like, if they announced they were dating, I don't think a single person in the actual, like, you know, Pelican Town, Stardew Valley, I don't think a single person would have a problem with it. It'd be like, yeah, fine, go for it. Like, sure. There's no problem with it. There's just not. It's like, again, they're both single, they're both consenting, they're both of age, they're both about the same age. Like, what's the problem? Like, Lewis thinks that people would think less of him as a mayor if he started dating somebody else in the town? No, I think there's plenty of mayors out there that are married, and presumably your husband, wife, spouse, significant other, whatever, lives in the same town as you. It's weird. Yeah, I don't really understand why. It sounds more to me like he's got a fear of commitment type of thing, but I don't know for sure. But yes, this is why you find his lucky purple shorts in Marnie's room. And because they've been hooking up, for lack of a better term. I am only doing this for extra money, by the way. There's no other reason to be down here, other than putting the crab pots back. I kind of want to save the whole boat repair thing for a later point. Once we've gotten some, like, other big stuff out of the way. Hey, Willy. I heard a rumor that a special kind of fish can be found in the pool between waterfalls. You can reach it with your rod, that is. That's true, it can be. It's a little tough. And that's actually the other one. Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th, a 2-day squid fishing bonanza. If you can reach our daily targets, you'll win prizes. Any personal items near the sign will be sent to Lost and Found. Yes, I believe that's where you get that final fish, and it's something of like where you have to angle the throw, but also I believe you have to eat something that gives you a fishing stat higher than 10. So something that boosts this number up to like 12 or whatever number you need, I think. I'm not completely sure about that, but I do know where he's talking about. I also think you can only do it during the summer. I might check on that between videos, and if I'm wrong, we could go and catch that one as well. We'll see. I'll hang on to the squid, I guess. Do you already have one? No, I don't. That's a fish in my eyes in this particular case. I'll probably just keep 10 of each and stop, so if I get any more sea jellies, I'll probably just go ahead and toss those in. I'll hang on to that, I guess. Did I restock the... I did not restock those. Okay, well, now would be a good time to do that. I think at this point I have moved on to cranberries. And... I mean, at this point, because it's overnight, it's going to get done regardless, so I might as well make it the highest value one. And there we go. A little bit more work done, namely towards getting the quests and doing some fishing stuff, but we're making progress. It is that weird filler section of stuff, but for now, we will end it off there. And next time, we'll have the fishing tournament on the second day, and we'll also have, hopefully, by the end of today, and we'll have enough money, but if we don't, well, no, the tourney won't close anything. So hopefully today, we might just focus really heavily on income. Yeah, that might be what we do. We might focus heavily on income, and then I'll try and see what we can do from there. Yeah, I'll figure that out off screen. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. This has been pitmarthroy with Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm, and I will see you guys next time for more income, maybe a little bit of work towards getting a couple people to their final set of hearts. I might be able to do that with George and Marnie. We'll see. Until then, though, I will see you all in the next one. Later.